That's right. Podcast numero 47, guys.
What?
It's 47. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's staying healthy. Everybody's staying strong. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for just hanging out with us for a few minutes.
And listening to a different perspective on different things. Or probably talking about things you guys have never even thought about. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Or you just want to hear a different perspective on somebody else's opinion that you may agree or disagree with, but it's just a point of view. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just something different, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So what do we have on the agenda for today?
So we're going to talk about some martial arts because remember, we are sponsored by SKC Live. SKC Live helps us bring this to life, right? And he's the main instructor, Mr. Sensei Alex. That's his other hat, right? Because we all carry different hats.
Yep, that's right.
I'm mom. Then I'm also the chef. Then I'm also the caretaker that picks up the child from school. And we're the people that take them. So that's his other hat. So thank you, SKC, for always supporting us. Woo, woo, woo.
That's
Mad
right.
props to you.
Yep, that's right.
So on the topic of SKC, I know we were talking about a beatdown that happened the other day at a Burger King, or was it a McDonald's?
Was it a beatdown?
But that's what they said it was on the news.
Yeah.
They said someone in our area got into a confrontation. You know the story better than I. I mean, I read it and I kind of have an idea.
Go for it. Tell us. I want to hear. So I want to hear your perspective on, and I want to hear yours first, and then I'll put my mind in. Like I want to hear how you feel about that.
About what? About how they fought and how they
everything.
Happened. Do you want to know how the whole thing happened? Well, I don't know clearly what happened in the story, but I know that they were in a fast food joint.
Yep.
And I think they were outside already walking out. And then one of the girls just what did the confrontation happen? I don't even know.
Well, from what I saw, right, and there was these girls in a golf cart, right, and they were going through the drive-thru. And some other girls just came and started punching them in the head, especially one girl. Just started punching her in the back of the head and punching her. And the girl just didn't know what to do, right? And I mean, when's the last time somebody punched you in the back of the head, as you're riding in the back of the golf cart? So you're not even the driver. Then the driver can't get out because they're on the fast food lane and there's another car in front of them, in front of the golf cart. So the golf cart, they can't maneuver left because the McDonald's is there. They can't maneuver right just because they were too close to the other vehicle. This is just, I feel, so many wrongs happened, I think, in one shot. One is this. They're not aware of their surroundings. Because you should know who's coming next to you to attack you. You should be ready. Once you're out in the street, you can assume anything can happen, whether it's good or bad.
Well, it's danger. Danger could come from anywhere. Left, right, even from the top. You should always be focused.
Yeah. Because anything can happen. It can be good or bad. Like you can find, $5 on the floor, or you can get into a fight. Like anything can happen once you're out of the... Matter of fact, at any time, at any given moment. Whether you're outside, whether you're inside your house, because good things can happen, great things can happen, right? Now, she wasn't aware that somebody was going to come and attack her friend in the back, because the one that was driving, she never got attacked. It was just somebody in the back. Now, I don't know what that girl did. We have no idea. All we saw was her getting punched in the face. We don't know if she flipped her off.
That's okay. Even if she did flip her off, you have no right to touch somebody. So flipping somebody off and beating somebody doesn't justify it.
Again, I don't know what she did.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But regardless, if there was no physical harm involved,
oh yeah, of course,
you have no right to do that. But no, you're right. You have to be focused. You have to be ready for whatever can happen. But a lot of these kids here, they're not too focused or available, like mentally. They're either on their phone or they're just completely out of it. I don't know what she was doing, or like we said, what happened, but conchale, that's gotta suck. You're sitting hanging out with your friends and somebody starts punching you in the face. Makes you want to walk out with a bat.
Yeah.
Start wailing it. They'll get off you real quick.
The girl she should have known they were going to get close to her friend to attack her. All right. So she shouldn't have gotten that close to the other car. Like, whenever I come to a stop sign or to a stop, like in a traffic, I never get that close to the other car. Not because of anything. It's just because if I need to maneuver my car left or right, I have enough space to be able to switch over to another lane. Let's say that car breaks down right there in front of me. Now I'm stuck, and if another car is right behind me and another car did the same stupid thing I did of getting close to the other car, then we're just gonna be sitting there in traffic, everybody honking. No, you have to remain at a certain distance. So like this, you have the option. I always like to have an option. I like to be able to have an option of going left, right. I don't want to have that as my only option because it's not.
But the problem with them was that they were stopped in a drive-through. There's not really a way to get out.
They could have gone right. There wasn't
there wasn't a median?
There wasn't a little median.
Then she should have.
Because once the other car moved up, she was able to turn right and escape.
Oh, they did leave finally
after
they left.
She got hit. Yeah, but the whole time the car
and
was
nobody
there,
came out to help, right?
No, nobody. There was some dudes there just with their phone filming. Kids, just learn some basic self-defense. Go to a martial arts academy. Join us on SKC Live. Anywhere, whatever it is, go learn the basics. If being a black belt is not your thing, then learn the basics. At least know how to protect your face. You know?
That's true.
At least know the basics. You're not gonna be a race car driver, right? But you still learn how to drive a car.
That's true. This is true. It's just to learn the basics. That's right. Just like you go to school. You go to school to learn the basics. Mm-hmm. And then you learn the real deal once you get out to the real world. Because even in college, when you're there doing the work, you're not really learning the actual stuff that's happening in the real world. You're just learning the basics to then be able to apply it when you come out. Everything, you're learning the basics.
Yeah.
Unless you start working in the field, right? Like doctors that they go and they do their community time.
Yeah.
And then they have to work. But still, it's still the basics.
But you're always still practicing. You always got to keep practicing. The day you stop practicing, you're not good at it anymore.
Yeah. Doctors, they have to practice continuously.
They have to practice continuously. And then you have good doctors and bad doctors. And let's say, for instance, a race car driver. They still got to practice.
That's right.
They have to practice to continue at that level of competition.
Well, don't they say that 1,000 hours makes you a professional?
I think it's 10,000 hours.
10,000?
10,000 hours.
So if you were to go ahead and practice something for 10,000 hours, then you become a professional. Yeah. So that's what it takes. Yeah. What's 10,000 hours? Let's see. 10,000 hours divided by 24 hours. How many days would it take? I thought it was 1,000. 24. It'll take you 416 days. So a little bit more than a year. A year and a couple of months.
But you have to put in that work.
But that's 24 hours consistently.
Yes.
You don't do 24 hours consistently. No. So let's say 6 hours.
It takes about 5 years.
6 hours. Yeah. 1,166 days. Divided by 352, right? It takes about 5 years.
Yeah. About 5 years. 356.
So then let's say it takes 5 years.
About 5 years.
It takes about 5 years to become a professional in anything that you do.
And doing it 6 hours a day.
6 hours a day.
So
if you're bitching all the time and you do it for 6 hours, you become a professional bitcher.
This is true. These are facts.
And if you're an asshole for 6 hours a day, then you become a professional asshole.
These are all facts, right? If you're a complainer, you're going to be a complainer. If you're going to be whatever it is you do, I bet professional basketball players like, LeBron James and stuff like that, I know we see them there on the court playing for an hour and a half. Yeah. That's a game. And how many minutes do they play during that game? Some of them get like 22 minutes.
Exactly.
Right?
No, yeah. Right? It's serious work.
22 minutes of play. That's all they do. They go out there and they play for about 22 minutes. But throughout the day, how many hours are they putting in to be able to play just for 22 minutes and be in that limelight?
Well,
because the work that counts is the work you do when nobody sees.
That no one sees.
That's the work that counts. The work that they're doing on the court or on the field or in your business or whatever it is, that's just a piece of it, a very small piece of it.
A morsel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's very important, guys. Make sure that you go out there and you do practice some type of self-defense. I mean, the easiest way to practice it is with us online because you don't have to leave your house, you don't have to go anywhere, and you just go straight online and you're there for you and your kid. And it's or for whoever's listening, for the children and yourself, and everybody can join in. But not only that, but you want to let's go ahead and move into something even funnier. What's going on in California? Is it Cali? Yeah, it is California.
Yeah, California.
So, but does California have enough of those things that like for fun stuff? What parts does California have?
Disneyland.
They have Disneyland. We've never been to Disneyland.
I heard it sucks.
It must suck really a lot now.
Yeah. I heard Disney World is a lot better than Disneyland.
Okay, so well, you know what? We haven't gone to Disney World in a long time.
We haven't been there
since Pollux was 2.
2 years old. Yeah. He went. We thought he was going to have a different reaction. He was like, And then we took him to Legoland. And he was like, oh, that was the best. And we've been to Legoland numerous times.
Yeah, and the lines weren't so ridiculous.
The rides there are all for kids. Like, all the kids can get on all the rides.
Yeah.
You know.
That's fun.
A lot of parents take their little kids and they put them on the adult roller coasters. And then that shit is traumatizing. We started our son on the Legoland roller coasters, and he freaking loved it. Now he goes on all the adult roller coasters. Totally cool. Loves it.
He started at 3 years old.
Yep. Loves it.
Roller coasters.
Yep. That we have it on. That we have the video of his first roller coaster. It was awesome. And I had a blast.
But now, California has put a big red flag on top of
technically unfun.
Yeah, you can't have fun in California now.
Can't have fun. Technically unfun. You can't scream on roller coasters.
You can't scream. How do you stop somebody from screaming on a roller coaster? That's just a natural reaction. It's
when you're having fun, you scream. You're having fun when you scream when you have fun,
and you scream when you're scared.
And you scream when you're scared. So it's like it's 2 things that naturally come out of the human body that you have to like. Don't open your eyes. I can't. You know. That it's as hard as not opening your eyes throughout the whole ride.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna make you wear a mask. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to wear a mask.
A special mask, because you can't even wear hats. If you wear a hat, it's gonna fly off. How the mask can stay because of the wind.
Yeah, the wind.
Yeah, the wind will keep it. Yeah.
So then I guess people are just gonna. So you can scream if you have your mask on.
I don't know. What if? But with all that, has anybody tried breathing with fast air coming at you?
No, it'll just smack you right in the face.
I know, but is it hard to breathe with the mask on? Going at that speed? I don't know.
I don't think it would be.
It wouldn't be, right?
I think you actually get more air.
Yeah.
Because air's being forced.
Because it's easy to breathe without the mask when you're riding on the roller coasters. That I know. But like, does it it kind of? Because when it's too close to you, it's harder to breathe.
Yes.
So it's gonna get really close to you.
But it has extra air.
It has extra air because of the wind blowing in.
Being pushed in. So guys, if you live in California, no opening your mouth. Man, they should just ban eating there too.
They did.
You're not allowed to eat.
They did.
They're not allowed to eat either? They're not allowed to go out to eat? Even in the street?
I think a lot of restaurants are closed out. They, like New York and California, they did the worst restrictions.
There's probably a lot of bums in the street too. I don't think you want
homeless
to eat
people?
outside homeless people. I don't think you want to eat outside.
I heard California sucks. We went a couple of years ago, and we thought that we were gonna expect something totally different. Like, man, how about if we love it? How about we just want to move to California? We were California dreaming all the way, right? And we got there, and it was like, really? This is California? A lot of homelessness, a lot of just homeless people, dirty. Like the highways are just dirty.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was just.
It was like a hot New York.
It was different because it looked like it was dying.
It did look like it was dying.
Like if you look at a plant, right, and you see it withering and turning brown, like, oh shit, it's dying. Like it's gonna die. Like that's what California looked like to us.
Yeah, because when we went, it was in the drought, right? It was
still
very
drought.
very.
They still have water restrictions in California.
Yeah, because they sold their water to Nestle.
I don't know if that's the direct cause of it. I have no idea. But what I'm trying to say
Food
is
for thought.
food for thought. It just looks like it's dying. Like
It does, it does, it does. And New York City does the same, in my opinion. Even when we lived there, that's what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact that it just looked, first it looked dirty, and then everybody just looked miserable. It's like here in Miami, people look miserable, but it's warm. No, I'm just kidding. It's beautiful because you don't really focus on people. You focus on the day. Wow, look at the trees, look at the birds, look at the sky. The sun's always out. But in New York, it was like you really didn't have a choice. You really couldn't see the sky because of so many skyscrapers. So everything just looked gray. And then when you did get a beautiful sight of the beautiful sky, you were getting pushed around because you couldn't stop to admire it because there's 5,000 people behind you trying to walk, which I understand. And it's just a different vibe. And yeah, you know what? I love New York. Thank you for giving me my beautiful husband, because that's where I met him. But other than that, that's about it.
now, you know what? Every time I go to New York, and you walk down the city, well, before pre-COVID, of course, pre-COVID, walking down there, just feeling the energy that city has. Nothing can compare.
You damn right, because every time I go, I tell hubby, hey, we should buy like an apartment here in the city and just stay in the city. And then I get back here, I'm like, nah. It's just it attracts you.
It has an energy that just wants to pull you
and
in.
Then, but once,
no, it's awesome. Like if that would be something nice to have done, just because pre-COVID, but now like New York is just like it's not fun. Once it loses its fun, it's not fun anymore. Yeah. California, I think California went through its heyday, maybe in the 70s, 80s when Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is still big, and then of course they had Silicon Valley and stuff like that. But it like once you get there, now you're like,
yeah, because now what's winning is Florida and Texas.
Florida and Texas.
Everybody's moving to Florida.
Everybody's moving to Florida and Texas, and they're saying now that Ron DeSantis is going to be the one that may be the leading candidate for president of the United States.
Good for him.
Yeah,
I think he's smart, and I think that what he did, he didn't let anybody bully him. He said, "No, I'm opening up my state. My state's not gonna die." And look, we're doing good. We're doing very good. People, we get that the infection is out there or the virus is out there, but people are getting the virus regardless. We got the virus when we were in complete quarantine. So it's like, you really can't, guys, it's in the air. There's nothing we can do. Just like pollution. I mean, it's in the air. There's nothing you can do. Even if you eat good, you do this, you do that, you sweat your ass off to get all those toxins, you're still going to go back outside and you're still going to get some more. Why? Because it's everywhere. And that's the fact that we need to really, really get our minds across. I know another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is very touchy, is vaccines. Guys, I'm not for or against them, but I just don't understand them. And I know hubby's been doing a lot of research on them. So
no, not that much.
So I wanted to ask him some questions, even though he's probably going to say he doesn't know, just like all of us, right?
I haven't researched that enough.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't research it enough because there's not enough time on it. So nobody would really, no one has the answer. I don't even think scientists have the answer. I have a friend of mine who works in the shot that was doing before the shots got made and started getting distributed. She was doing testing on placebo people and people that actually got the shot. And not even she knows when I ask her questions. Like, hey, so what's this? I don't understand. Okay, so we have a shot that's to protect against COVID. And you get the shot, and the reason you get the shot is because it's going to help you get it less, the effects less, right? That's the whole goal of the shot.
Yes.
But technically, you can still get it, you can still get infected, and you can still die.
There's less than 1%.
Yeah, well, but then there's also less of 1% that can die even if they don't have a shot.
Yes, but then they'll feel really, really sick.
Some people do, some people don't.
Yes, nobody knows.
Exactly.
Which one you're going to get.
But nobody knows how they're going to feel when they get the shot. And no one knows because people are dying even getting the shot.
I haven't heard that. I don't know.
I've read a whole bunch.
Really?
Yes. I read a whole bunch.
Credible news sources?
Yeah, credible news sources.
All right. I haven't seen.
there's people that, well, they're not going to report that because they're not going to want people
Yeah.
to get scared. And I completely get it. I get it. Don't report it, because if we report it, people get scared and people won't get the shot, and then we'll be, then we're going to have to let our immune system handle it. And so I get it. I understand. However, I still don't understand. So you get the shot, 4 months later, you don't have the antibodies anymore. That means you can still get it again. So what? So then, what do you do there? Get another shot?
But is this true that 4 months later you're not gonna have antibodies anymore with the vaccine?
Absolutely, that's what they're saying. They don't even know. And then why would you get immunity with the vaccine? Do you get immunity with the flu when you get a vaccine, or does it go away?
No, you got to get a shot every year.
Exactly.
With the flu.
So
but they haven't mentioned that.
But
like, so there's
the
not
flu
vaccines
is
that
very
you can just
similar-
get one shot now.
yeah, but the flu is very similar to COVID. And I'm not saying similar
Yeah.
in symptoms. Well, yeah, symptoms. Yeah, I'm not saying similar in death causes, which people die from the flu too.
All the time. A lot of people.
Yeah. So if they're similar and they're in the same family, I would say, right? Why would that change and then make this vaccine last forever? I don't know. But that's my thing. So that's why I'm not too understanding of this vaccine and if I would get it or not. I'm not interested in getting it as of now. I don't get the flu vaccine, so I'm not gonna get not now, because I don't know what can happen.
You see, the great thing is that I'm in the age category where we still don't even qualify, even though I've been seeing a whole bunch of people getting the shot. I'm like, how, I feel like they make it in a way where they tell you it's scarce and that it's hard to get, but yet I've seen everybody just, I was able to get it without. But when they tell you can't get something, that's when you really want it.
Yeah, like Macklemore. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think so.
Macklemore. He says that in that $50 for a T-shirt. Remember when he does the same thing? That's how they do it. It's a trick. It's a mind fuck. They freaking grab your mind and they fuck it, because they don't care. You know why? Because it's all about the Benjamins, baby. I don't even think is it the Benjamins? Somebody's making a fucking boatload of money right now, because that's the same person that made a boatload of money back in the days when they did the polio vaccine and all the other vaccines. And I read up a couple of stories on that. Remember, there's always going to be truth on both sides. If you're for it, truth. If you're not for it, truth. There's always going to be, listen, whatever you choose, you're always going to be right. You know why? Because there's going to be supportive information for not wanting to get it, and there's going to be supportive information to why you should get it. So each and everybody makes their own decision. But I mean, it is crazy because you don't really know. Look at your cousin. He ended up getting it pretty tough.
Yep.
And he ended up being in the hospital with a respirator, but now he's doing good.
Yep.
He's young. I mean, he's a little bit older than us, but he has good bones, good structure, physical structure. And so it's true. No one knows how you can get it.
No.
But if
everybody knows how you can get it. You don't know what kind of effects you're gonna get.
Exactly. And then you also have that 99% of the population that gets it is okay. So being that 1%, that shit is tough. Right?
Yeah.
That's tough. So I don't know, guys. But good luck if you do, and if you grow a third leg, let me know. So I really say no.
I'm still up in the air with it. I don't know if I want to get it or not, because here's what, like, right now it's all free, right? Like vaccines, like nobody has to pay for them. Like everything's free, but it's not, because of course that's taxpayer money is the one that's buying the vaccines for our shots. So that's just government funded. Everything's paid for. We haven't had to pay anything for it. I know the rush of getting it approved during one presidency to the other, right? Because somebody's got to get a cut. Everybody gets a cut from. That's a lot of money on vaccines, trying to vaccinate the whole population.
Trying to vaccinate 330 million Americans.
That's the goal. Like, that's the goal, is that all Americans should be vaccinated by blah, 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 blah. So and so, we're going to have enough vaccines. Of course they are. Everything's getting paid for. But who gets a piece
of the pie?
Of the pie. Because they have to.
A lot of people get a piece of the pie.
You're not in that world of government, and something passes for the people that have elected you as a representative, right? President or whatever, all the way down, they have to get a cut. Right? That's a lot of money. It's not just going to go to the vaccine, to the pharmaceutical company.
And that's why
You want us
billionaires
to pass
become
it?
billionaires.
Yeah, you want us to pass? We get a cut.
Why do you think Mr. Bill Gates is trekking in the trekking in the water, trying to also do and get his piece?
Now, here's what scares me now, right? Is that right now everything is free. Right? For us. Well, not free, but you guys know what I mean, right? You can go and
You're
get
not paying for
without
it.
having to pay for it physically out of your own pocket.
It's just coming out forcefully out of our...
Yeah, from the taxes, right? Anyway, so what happens after 2021 and 2022? If you don't have a vaccine card, are they not going to charge you $1,000 to get vaccinated because now it's no longer covered? So, and for you to rejoin society, like to be part of society, like right now at the Miami Heat game, they're doing a special section right now for just vaccinated individuals. Right?
That makes no sense to me.
To me, it doesn't make sense just because of this. Because if under 50-year-olds haven't had a chance to vaccinate, what are you going to have? Elderly people going to that game? Only elderly? So, you see, it is available for everyone because I think a lot of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds go to basketball games.
I have a whole bunch of friends that have already been vaccinated in New York. A whole bunch.
Yeah.
And they're my age.
Yeah, so that thing that you can't get vaccinated or that you have to wait according to your age,
yeah, it's bull.
It's kind of, it seems bullshit to me because who's going to the basketball games?
But then you want to know what the funky part is? Check it out. How about if this person got vaccinated and now they no longer have the antibodies, if that's the case, and then they do have COVID, but they are walking around, right? They're walking around with it silently. And then another person that came in also doesn't have it anymore. And now you can still infect people.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Well,
And are they gonna wear masks?
that's what I was just about to say. It is still required to wear a mask.
So then you're good, vaccinated or not.
Yeah, but you still catch it even with a mask.
No teachers. I mean, our kid has been in school since October, and no one in the school teachers have gotten it.
But they say
And
masks.
who's vaccinated, who's not? We don't know. Nobody, because that age group is not even ready to get vaccinated. Oh no, actually, they tried to put in that. I'm not putting that toxins in my son.
But the teachers, I think, did get vaccinated because they were first responders. I mean, they're essential workers. So I think teachers may have gotten it. Kids are going to be the last ones going since they are, for the most part, asymptomatic. So they'll probably be at the end. And people who don't want to vaccinate their kids, the kids may not be allowed to get back to school. And I'm not talking about this year because it's too soon, but maybe for the following year or the year after that. Listen, if you don't have your vaccine card, again, in order for you to rejoin society, you're going to have to get vaccinated.
Yeah, but I think that's going against people's rights. I don't think they could do that. I don't think they can do that, babes. I understand that there's fear of that.
There's a big push and there's big media and there's big money behind it that can convince so many minds. And once the majority of the population agree and it comes to a vote, and it's already, man, it already started. First, they started with there's a lack of it. There's not enough. You're gonna have to wait, but everybody can go get it. So now they're already causing that there's a supply and demand concern, that there's not enough. Then two, now they're opening up certain sections and certain things just for people with the vaccine card. So first, supply and demand. Now, priority or VIP. Now you're VIP, right? Then after that is going to be no longer VIP. It's going to be technically forced, and not forced. Like, you're not going to have to get the vaccine, but for you to rejoin society, you have to be vaccinated. You're going to have to be vaccinated. Everybody's going to have to be vaccinated, unless you want to live off the grid and you want to go, because you may not even be allowed in the future. I'm not talking about now, but maybe in a year and a half, 2 years, to go inside the supermarket. Show me a vaccine card. You want your child to play soccer? Show me a vaccine card. You want your child to join this birthday party at this place? Show me a vaccine card. You want your child you want to fly? You want to go on vacation? Here's your vaccine card. Oh, you want to come into the state? How about they put checkpoints along every state line? Before you cross state line, you have to show a vaccine card. You want to join society again? That's where we're heading to. Because it's going to be managed because they scared the fuck out of the whole country. They scared you. Then they showed you we have the cure, but we don't have enough of it. You guys are going to go in turns. You cannot all get it at the same time. I need it now. And I fell for it at one point too. I was like, man, there's not going to be enough. You know, what's going to happen? Now, but there is enough because nobody's had an issue with it. And now, see where it's going is like, you want to be part of society, you're going to get vaccinated. But you want to attend your son's graduation? Show me a vaccine card. Otherwise, you have to see it through virtual.
All right, so who's going to be doing these fake vaccine cards? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, vaccine cards will become commodities.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Check this one out. Krispy Kremes.
I know, I heard.
If you show them a valid vaccine card, you will get a free box of Krispy Kremes.
How much do you think they're getting for that? You know the government is that they're so smart.
Now, who are they going after with that one? Who's going to be so tempted? Man, I was so against this vaccine, but fuck, they're giving donuts.
I'll buy my donut.
But who's the population? Who's doing that?
The titiris.
Yeah, they're like, oh man,
and guess what?
I was on the fence. I was so against it, but fuck, man.
And guess what?
Krispy Kreme donuts,
we're
man.
We're so.
If that doesn't say it all, to me, I mean that says a lot to me. Like, man, they're giving away donuts for the vaccine.
That's how
card?
the Democratic Party won.
The vaccine card might be something like when you were younger, you were trying to get a fake ID. There's going to be a market for that because there's people that are going to be diehard. They don't want to get vaccinated. They're going to want to go out there and try to get fake vaccine cards.
Well, I think, you know what, my opinion, like it or not, remember, we're all talking about our own opinions and we like to hear each other's perspectives. I think that's how the Democratic Party won.
How?
I think, this is just my theory, I think that they created social inequality, or they made social inequality very, very pronounced so that they can go ahead and feel anger and hate, and then people could go ahead and go out and vote. People who would never, ever, ever think about going out and voting. And that's how they won. That's my perspective.
Okay. Interesting. That's good.
But it's okay because it doesn't matter which president. I always say left wing, right wing is all from the same bird, baby. It is what it is. Government is government. And if you want to change, then we need to start working hard and getting into the Senate, getting into the Congress, becoming House of Representatives, and getting ourselves in there instead of sitting back here bitching about it. So come on, mi gente. Learn. Get out there. Become somebody in the government so that we can get some laws changed in our favor.
Or we can vote for them.
We should. So we can vote for them. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying there is good ones.
Hell yeah, there is.
They just don't have the funding.
They don't have the funding, or they're scared that they'll get shut down or squashed down like a cacarach.
I don't think they have the funding behind it because they're not in the pockets of the ones of corporations.
Then they need to learn how to use social media.
They have to sacrifice something.
Yeah, they have to give up their integrity.
Because I thought
for the better of the world.
Bernie Sanders was going to take it over Biden.
He should have.
I know he should have, but I thought he was going to take it. He doesn't have the backing of big corporate America. Because big corporate America backs both, there's enough big corporate America that can back up enough Republicans and enough Democrats. And Bernie Sanders, I don't think he had that. And that's the reason he couldn't win. He didn't have enough money. How much money did Biden raise on this one? He still hasn't done a press conference. Yeah,
really?
He hasn't done a press. I mean, he's done it, but he hasn't done one where he's asked questions back and forth. He just comes out, he speaks, he goes.
I don't think he'll be able to verbalize well. I see
I don't know.
his speech qualities aren't too good.
Yeah.
Que pesar. I mean, we have, and we're not even in the first year yet.
First 50 days already, I think it is.
So
First 50
we
days.
shall see.
Yeah. And who knows? I'm telling you, I don't think he'll make it throughout the whole presidency.
No, everybody knows
70
Kamala is the president.
I think turning 79 already.
Everybody knows she's the one that's running the deal.
Come on, he's almost an 80-year-old man. Yeah, Kamala's going to come in there. She's going to be the next president of the United States. I don't think he'll make it. Man, I hope he does. I mean, fuck, I'm not wishing death on the guy.
No,
because it doesn't look good.
But
because it doesn't look good in American politics.
I don't think he's gonna die. I just think that mentally they'll probably say he's not there. And
they'll hide it.
He'll need to. Well, then he'll be here the 4 years. But I don't think he's gonna make it for 8 years.
No, he will not make it 8 years. He'll be 84.
How can we have presidents that are just so old? They're so outdated and antiquated. Didn't he also support like things against black rights, and he was with the white supremacy?
That I don't know.
I saw pictures. I don't know. I never went into it deep, but
no, he just did some bad laws that hurt a lot in the black community back in the days, like in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, and that's it. And we elected him as president. Yay!
Because I'm telling you, because
the big companies are the ones who do the elections.
And
because they did a good job by separating the community and making people hate each other, so that people that would never go out and vote got out and decided, I hate them. I'm going to go vote because I don't want the other party to win. And I'm just going to show people that we have power. There's power in numbers. Yeah, there is. Educate yourself. That's the only thing I have to say.
That's it.
That's it.
No, I feel like we as people, like we hate politicians, right? But then when it comes down to voting for them, we'll freaking die for them. Like he already has a track record. He had a track record of bad things he had done for minorities. I mean, the cages are still open.
Did you see how packed they are? I saw pictures.
They're more packed than what they were during the Trump administration.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And
nobody's there. We're not even there addressing that.
Where's the outcry of having kids in cages? I mean, I'm talking about the left now, right? Where's the outcry? Like, I don't see anybody going, man, fuck Biden. You said the cages and this. You haven't even been down there to see him, supposedly. Like, you haven't been down there.
It's a joke.
300 kids in a cage.
They should send them back home. They should let all those people out. You know what? We should all petition, get together, and have the government let them go home. Why are they held there?
But they are returning a lot home.
They should return all of them home.
But they're not returning them home. They're just putting them back out here, Tijuana, where we went through. It's a big encampment now, like of just migrants who just traveled up Central America all the way up, and it's a huge encampment because they felt that the border was just going to be open. And they got to the border, and unfortunately, it wasn't for them. Fortunately for us, unfortunately for them. But they got there. They're at the border. Remember that desolated plaza? Mm-hmm. It's not desolated.
It's packed now?
It's packed. People sleeping there. Because they moved up. Remember, they don't just come right there from the border. Like, they're traveling probably hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
And now they're there. They thought they were going to be able to go in, get asylum, cross the border, and they got stopped at the border. Of course, they are. But those who have gotten across, somehow, I don't know how they've gotten across if everybody's stuck there. Well, where are they going to do with them? You know, how are you going to solve that? Because that also affects, affects us regardless. Whether they cross or not, that's still affecting us.
Now, my question of what's the point of taking them away from their parents, the kids? Shouldn't a mom be with her child?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't understand what's the point of that.
Because
a little bit more mind fucking, huh? Interesting.
Well, if we see it the logical way, right, is that once they cross the border, they did something illegal, right? So they're technically detained. And you cannot have adults and kids detained together. They're not going to give them a room, with a bed and bath. Women are with women, men are with men, kids are with kids.
Yeah, but at least keep them within the same area that the kids can see their moms.
How do you see them?
Have you seen
Yeah.
pictures of how it looks?
Yes, it's see-through.
The kids could be right there.
Yeah, but so many kids, so many women. I understand, but
That's not our problem. That's their problem to figure it out. If not, send them back. Illegal, it's illegal. Where are the lines at? When I'm traveling on an airplane, I don't see lines dividing one country from another. It's not like they're fine. We don't want them here. I understand. Send them back instead of putting them in cages and wasting taxpayer money.
Well, where do you send them back to?
To their country. Where are you from? Mexico?
You're gonna pay out of our money?
How much are we paying to have those detention centers open and feeding them and having medical for them, because they have to have medical, and having the officers there?
Because they're making money at the border. Because taxpayers are paying for all that stuff, and everybody gets their cut.
So then what we should do as taxpayers is check off. They should send us a checklist every year and then tell us where we want our taxes applied to.
Well, that's why we voted for representatives, so they can decide.
There should be more accountability. I think we just allow things to just go too easy.
Yeah, we're paying a whole bunch of money out there. We're paying for, food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Healthcare. I mean, not the best, but...
Hey, company that makes the food, we're going to charge the taxpayers $10, but you're going to sell it to us for $4.
Yeah, and then that's how you make money.
And that $6 we're keeping.
Makes people richer.
Yep, we're keeping those $6, but we're going to charge the taxpayers this amount of money. Yeah, and it's not just there. That's all across the whole country. Regardless if you're dealing with immigrants or if you're dealing with with wars. Yeah, because they can say, hey, we're going to charge for this tank $30 million. That's $30 million tank. It's probably...
Who's going to say no?
No, I say we try to negotiate a little bit cheaper. No, they can charge whatever the fuck they want because the taxpayers are paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pay for it.
And it's okay, because if there's not enough money, we just raise your taxes. That's it.
Yeah. And taxes were increased on gas.
Yeah.
So
and they're getting higher and higher.
And yeah, so it's no matter what part of the country, if it involves the government, they're making their cut. And those that make the biggest cut are the ones that are the most famous politicians, and they're the, if you're not, now even in the politician world, there's a group that they control everything, like the Clintons. They're controlling
and
everything.
Don't be the little guy and try to win, because if you do, you go to jail. You can't win.
Who went to jail?
Didn't those people get into trouble when they stopped the stock market? When they went ahead and they GameStop?
They ain't getting into trouble. They just stopped them, and they didn't allow them to trade anymore because they felt they weren't qualified enough to keep trading. She's talking about the GameStop stocks that happened, that TD Ameritrade and a whole bunch of other trade firms went ahead and stopped them from selling once it reached a certain point. I said, no, you guys actually don't know what you're doing. We're going to stop all the trading. The people were losing too much money. Yeah. When the little guys started making money.
Yeah, when the little guys started making money, they had to close it all down. Yeah. Funny, huh?
Done. Listen, they have... It's a business. Regardless of what it is, there's always going to be human greed. And those that are not human, that don't have as much greed as those that have a lot of it, are going to try to do better, but they're not going to get to the position. Because greed, we're only human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And whether you're the president of the United States or a commander-in-chief or the boss of your company, we're all just human, and we have certain emotions, like you have certain emotions, they're going to have these emotions or these thoughts and this stuff. And some people think more greedy than others. Some people are just about the dollar. I'm just going to focus on the dollar, on the dollar, on the dollar. And then they meet other people that only focus on the dollar, and they're going to create avenues and ways to make more money and to leave, not only now, but to leave a legacy. Because, the Bushes are gonna go down. You know, they're not gonna go down, but their legacy is gonna continue on, and they're never gonna be broke.
Yeah, unless you get that one
Generation
freaking
that-
generation that just screws it all up.
They got generational wealth. They set themselves up perfectly for generational wealth. The Clintons, same way. That's generational wealth now. But they had to have that greed behind it in order to, I think, reach certain levels.
Exactly. No, and it happens, and we understand. But there's things that, everybody should share a piece of the pie.
That doesn't work that way. Because then it will be socialism. And with that, we'll leave you guys. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys on the next podcast.
A lot more smiles and laughing on the next podcast. This one was a little bit serious.
This one was complaining. We complained a lot about that.
We were whiners. 10,000 hours.
Peace, guys.
Bye.